And we're talking about mispronunciation errors during the course of today's episode of Get a Better Broadcast, Podcast and Video Voice. You've probably got a few examples of your own from your own life. Love to hear about those. I'm Tweeter Stewart on Twitter, TWEETERSTEWART. Now, some speaking errors may be because of a lack of understanding of the language, maybe if English is a second language, or not having seen it written down ever. You've just heard a word, and then when you see a word written down, you're not making the connection that that word written down is the spelling of a word that you're very familiar with, but only having previously heard, or having seen it, but not heard it. Yesterday, I brought you the example of a colleague who once pronounced the English city of Middlesbrough as Middles-bruff, because they'd never heard it said before, and it's actually spelt MIDDLES, so middles, and then borough is BROUGH, so you can kind of understand how she got things a little bit wrong. Some phrases, of course, have been mangled so far beyond their original meaning that the incorrect version has entered common usage, or may well do so. A blessing in the skies makes as much sense as a blessing in disguise, doesn't it? So you can understand why people sometimes get it a little bit wrong, and you can understand why some people might say reoccur when the actual word is recur. Duct tape was so commonly mispronounced as duck tape that a company adopted it as its brand name and a duck as a logo. At least that's what I thought, because there are various claims that it was actually called duck tape all along. Getting confused. And if you go to a cafe and order an espresso rather than an espresso, the barista, not barrister, some people may mispronounce that word, may be smirking at you. And if you think I'm using hyperbole to illustrate my paradigm, well, possibly, but just check that you're pronouncing it hyperbole and not hyperbole, and saying paradigm and not paradigm. Don't panic. We all have to learn how to say these words, and if someone said them all naturally and correctly without coming across them ever before, that, of course, would be quite a coup. Not a coup. From London, I'm Peter Stewart.